It is time for another RV resort report. It's only about 25 minutes or so from the Gulf Shores.
This one is a huge one for us.
We're here at that perfect time. It's dead. But there were a couple that tricked us. They told us, you know, you'll see their eyes at night.
What do we give score-wise?
It is time for another RV resort report. And in this one, they did trick us a little bit, as you saw in the title, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later in this video. But let's break this down like we always do with our campgrounds. But this one, as along with the other resorts, we're holding to a little higher level. It's a resort report, and we're going to start with our must-haves. And you want to stay to the end to see what final score this resort will get. Let's talk about the first must-have, which is location. We are currently at Unhitched RV in Foley, Alabama, and this is a decent location because you're very close. You're only about 25 minutes or so from the Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, very popular touristy destinations. You have about a Walmart, 10-minute drive down to Walmart, a lot of restaurants in the area.
About 3.5 miles from downtown Foley, which is also really nice.
The next must-have is site sizes and getting in and out. Getting in and out was very easy. It's a wide open entrance there. You pull right in. The office is on the right. We're able to park, go and check in. Very easy. There's no gate or anything. It's right off the main highway. The site sizes, there's varying sizes. Ours is about 90 feet long. There are huge sites here. So as you can see, and as he's going to show you the full site, we have Stella parked, we have plenty of room for the Tahoe, and it's not like just one. There's a lot of very long sites like this.
So I take a view of our site C2 Charlie 2. I'm going to start right from the beginning. You can see our neighbors have their dogs out. You can see how much room there is from the front of our motorhome to the front edge of the concrete. It's grass. We're separated each side by grass. Let's continue on the passenger side. Concrete site, really well kept. They were actually cutting the grass this morning. Wood table, nothing fancy, but it's all held together. The concrete also continues in like a patio area. So a lot of places they'll have just a concrete slab for the motorhome, but then you're walking in gravel and mud. Not here. You have concrete everywhere, which is kind of awesome. Let's continue down on the passenger side. Look how long this is. 44 feet. You saw how much room was in front. Space. Look how much room we have in the back. Like MJ said, this is a 90-foot site. Let's move over to the driver's side. We do have a little bit of shade. And why I like this resort is that it's open, but there's still shade. But even though there's shade, there's nothing really hanging on the motorhome, which I like. They do have everything insulated, so it's good for being open here all year. Plenty of water pressure. I had it turned up to about 55 on the water pressure. 30, 50, 20 amp. Now they do have the opportunity to be here monthly. If you're a snowbird, you would just pay for your own electricity. If you stay in monthly, you can see the meter on there.
I think they said it was $800 a month.
Plus electric.
Yep, plus electric.
Everything is in the appropriate place. So one thing that really irks me is if you pull into a site, especially if they're going to be considered a resort, and like the electricity's back there, and the sewer's over here, and the water, like this is all, you see, it's all like within almost an arm's reach. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Let's continue down on the driver's side. Again, a lot of grass, well kept. You can see our neighbors would be to the right of us and to the left of us, but we don't have many neighbors here. Next must have are level sites, about 2.5 inches, front to back, right to left, very standard. You're never gonna have a perfectly level site because water kind of has to drain off, but that's completely acceptable. Next must have is going to be either good internet provided by the campground or good cell service or ability to use Starlink. Now they do have internet here for free. We didn't go on it. We normally don't, so I can't comment on the speed of that, but it is available. I can comment on our Chester main event with the double SIM card. So on AT&T, 149 down, 65.5 up. On T-Mobile, 710 down, 41.5 up. We did a full video on our setup. We'll link it up above. Regarding Starlink, there's no need here. We don't need it. We already pay for AT&T and our T-Mobile, so there's no need for that. It's not going to be faster than our T-Mobile anyway. A lot of you have asked several times, how did you sell your motorhome so quickly? If you watched that video, we'll link it up above. We sold in about 12 hours. Or I'm looking for a quality motorhome. Or I need to know somewhere trustworthy. I want to sell my motorhome online. What do you suggest?
We used motorhomefinders.com. It made the process so easy. It takes the risk and the questioning about, is this legit out of the equation.
Right, Motorhome Finders acts as a third party, so whether you're a buyer or seller, everything goes through them. For us particularly, we didn't want to sell online just because of the amount of people that potentially could have been just tire kicker. We've dealt with it before, like Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, it's
just a nightmare.
For example, they sent out a professional photographer. That guy came, spent a couple hours at the house and took pictures of Nellie and they were beautiful pictures, not like a lot of times you see on other websites. They're blurry. This is hard to even make out.
Yeah, they also vetted any potential buyers to make sure that they were serious about it. Now on our end, before we were able to list, they wanted to see a title, they wanted to see we actually own this thing, insurance, all that stuff. And then again, like I said earlier, everything goes through them, and the whole process, deposit was taken through them. Once they confirmed that, then a date was set for the buyer to come pick it up. They wired us the money and everything was released. So that's the way we absolutely love that. And then for the buyer, protects them because they know they're getting a legitimate motorhome from a legitimate owner. They always have all different types of beautiful motorhomes. For example, this month they're highlighting a 2018 Integra Anthem 44B. This motorhome was kept indoors, always climate control, up to date on all of the maintenance. Is never subject to road salt, no pets, no smoking. Absolutely amazing with a 12.5 Onan generator, dual 3,000 watt inverters, Whirlpool residential appliances, everything beautiful. That's on there. Absolutely beautiful motorhome featured on there.
The asking price is $245,000.
Yeah, you can go on to that actual motorhome. That's something you're interested in. We'll link it below. You can see the beautiful professional photographs. There's a lot of scams going on out there.
Yep.
Been a couple of videos, people sending money to unknown parties, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, and all of a sudden it just disappears. So if you want somewhere safe to buy a motorhome, somewhere safe to sell your motorhome, we're going to put the link down below to motorhomefinders.com.
The last must-have is allow pets. Oh, there's a bug that just came after me. They do allow pets, many dogs here. And we had actually booked this when Bowser was still with us. So we'll talk about breed restrictions at the end, but a few people that are here, actually most of them do have dogs. Now, like to haves, full hookups is one. Again, we do a lot of not full hookups. We're actually coming into a long string of hookup camping, but we do have full hookups here. Space in between sites is another one. We do like to have a little elbow room. And as you saw before, when we walked around the site, there's plenty of grass area in between every site, and that's kind of standard around the park. And then overhang, again, it really depends on what site you're at. There are certain sites that I see that are completely covered by trees. Others are not, and some are partial. So we have some tree coverage, but it's not hanging all over.
Let's move on to the bonuses, and there are a lot of bonuses that are really gonna bump up the score in this resort report. This one is a huge one for us. Now, we're a little bit biased, and well, we are. This is why it's big on our list, may not be big on your list, but look at this fitness center. Amazing. Cross cables, pull-up bars, 2 benches, rack.
A lot of dumbbells over there.
Dumbbells up to 50 pounds. They could go up a little higher, but they do have 50 pounds. Double treadmill, elliptical, recumbent bike, spin bike, TVs, air conditioned.
And the TVs actually work, and they have sling that you don't have to sign in.
Yeah, this is an actual thought out gym. This is the first gym in a resort or any campground that's been this nice. We've been to a couple other ones, usually they're kind of crummy. This is a legitimate gym. You can get a full workout in here. Huge bonus.
And when you come out of the gym, you're gonna have this whole area here. So you have a pool table, you have a checkers table right here, you've got a card playing table right here. You have this old school retro arcade that has a million different games on it, which is pretty neat. You have foosball table, huge TV right there. And then look at this, an enormous kitchen, full kitchen. You've got some booth seating right behind here, and it's all very clean too. And then you have this bathroom. So what do you think? This is really a good place. We're actually saying this would be a good place for a meetup, maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't end here. There's a lot of other bonuses they have. All right, what other bonuses do they have? Well, they have another building. It's kind of like a rec activity center, meeting place, huge. So they have a stage there. They play movies. If you're having a meetup, that's a good place for it. They have indoor ping pong, pickleball, showers, bathrooms. It's a huge place, and it's all climate controlled.
Right behind us, you'll see that's a catch and release pond, so you're able to fish there. They have 2 tiny homes on the property, which is kind of neat. They also have propane. They have a small camp store. When you check in, you can see what things they have. There's little food, some merch. They also have a really, really cool pool area. So, and it's nice. Again, we're here in September. Today's October 1st that we're filming this. There's virtually nobody here. There's a couple RVs except the workers. So it's empty. Huge pool. You have a lazy river, water slide, splash pad. They have a snack bar there that you can tell is open in the season. They have bathrooms there, tons of lounge chairs. It's a really great spot.
They also have 2 buildings with laundry, which is pretty nice.
Let's get into the deal breakers as we always do. The first one is breed restrictions. As we said, we had booked this when Bowser was still with us. So Bowser was he was a pit bull, American Bulldog.
I saw a pit bull this morning walking.
Yeah. So they don't have breed restrictions, which is great because we have been finding a lot in our travels. Let's talk about bad reviews. They have a 4.2 Google rating, and I was reading through some of them. Now, look, it depends when you're here. We are here right in between seasons. Everybody left for the summer. They were telling us this yesterday, and the snowbirds don't start coming in for a few weeks. So we're here at that perfect time. It's dead. People had said in this busy season in the summer and things, there's a lot of golf carts and kids are driving. It's the same thing. We hear that everywhere. So we can't speak for during the season, but for off season, it's very, very good.
Next one, let's talk about the landscaping. It's nice. Everything's well kept. There's nothing over the top.
They're going right now.
Yeah, like there's no over the top plantings, but all the shrubs, everything is maintained. The branches are not hitting any motorhomes. So it's more than acceptable. It's fine.
And the grass is cut again. This is off season. They could kind of just let it go, but they're on it. All morning they've been going.
It's kept clean. They do pick up your garbage in the morning. If not, you can walk it over to the dumpster. So that's a great thing. Talk about safety. Feels like a safe area. We're not too familiar with Foley, but just driving around, you do get a feel that it seems to be a pretty safe area. The campground itself, we have no reason to believe that it's not safe. The neighbors here, there's not too many. It seems like it's mostly workers, but they're all very friendly.
And then we'd like to talk about the workers. So from the first time we called to book, the woman was very nice. We got here and she was super friendly, very helpful, and it was a good booking process. When we got here, the help was very kind. They were friendly, talkative, but there were a couple that tricked us. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, this is where you get your karma, I think, for pranking people. So we got here and we saw an alligator in the water. Now, for us New Jerseyans, we're like, oh, this is so cool. You know, every time we've come to Alabama a couple times, they always have alligators in the water. We're like, awesome. But we started questioning ourselves. We're like, wait, they never come out on the grass. They don't tell people.
They usually follow you because people feed them. So the ones we've seen, they always like follow people.
And then at night, you see the eyes. They told us, you know, you'll see their eyes at night.
Which alligators' eyes apparently do glow at night.
Right. So we're like, we're walking this. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Well, this morning we're in the gym. We were talking to some of the workers about it. They're like, yeah, you know, he doesn't come out or whatever. He just kind of hangs out there because he didn't move a lot. We're working out in the gym this morning and one of the staff guys comes in. He's super nice. Put the air conditioner on for us. He's like, you know, I just have to tell you, I think we pranked you. So apparently they were just going along. This is not a real alligator.
They placed it in there. It looks like a real alligator.
It does. And they put little solar lights in the eyes.
You know what's funny? So when we first saw it, I'm like, that's a pretty big alligator. I'm surprised that like that thing is in there. Because they usually see little baby ones. I'm like, I don't know, maybe they feed it like, you know, children or something. I have no idea, but I'm like, that's pretty big. So the questions were going off.
We did have a lot of questions, but yeah, so this guy was like, yeah, we just try to have some fun with you. So let me just say that the staff here is so nice. They're so helpful. Obviously, they like to have fun because they were pranking us overnight. But we did find out, so bummer, there is no real alligator here.
There may be one in there. We don't know. We haven't seen it. But I mean, you're in Alabama. There's a good chance if there's water, there's an alligator.
Absolutely. But high five and a 10 to the staff.
And before we give you the score, we're going to give you the price. You're probably going to be surprised on this. So for one night here off season, $53.32. There is some charges, whatever. The total was $60.36.
For one night.
For one night. Yeah. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not like $20 a night. It's not $30 a night, but this is a nice place.
You're getting a lot for...
Yeah, now I don't know if the price is different in season. I know, again, the monthly is $800 a month. That's pretty good. What do we give score-wise? We talked about this off camera, and we both think that a fair score here, again, anything over 7 is really good. 10 is almost unattainable. Anything over 7 is good. I'm gonna say like a 7.4.
I was gonna say 7.3.
Yeah, 7.3, 7.4. So what's our final score?
7.3.
7.3. That's the final score, 7.3. Why do we say 7.3? Well, this has a lot of awesome amenities. That gym is huge.
Yeah. Yep, the pool area.
Pool is wonderful.
Really nice.
It's really nice. It just doesn't have the higher end. Now, with the price, it doesn't reflect that. There's no casita here. There's no like place to put your boat. You're on a highway.
Yeah, the location is a little bit, again, it's easy to get to, but you can't go out of the campground and walk. Like we had our bikes, we wanted to go riding, we'd have to actually take the bikes somewhere, like to Gulf State Park or something to ride.
Yeah, that's no fault of the campground. No. It's just, you know, once you're in the campground, it's really nice. So I think a 7.3 is a very fair score. It's a very good score. We 100% would be here again. We 100% would recommend this place.
Yeah.
And we want your feedback. If you've been here or any area of like Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, Foley, Fairhope, any of those areas, let us know. We want your feedback down below. What do you think about this place? If you like videos like this, to the left of us, we'll put our RV Campground Tours playlist. We'll also put our RV Vlogs playlist. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime. And we'll see you on the road.